Shalom. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, preaching His word in sincerity and truth. I wanted to do a sit down today on the spirit of fear. It's coming to the time where prophecies, these prophecies are, coming down upon us, man. Dealing with World War III and the microchip and these pestilence that the Most High got, planned for America and this earth. So it's just, just want to do a sit down for the brothers that's in this truth that we shouldn't have the spirit of fear, because when we go out, preach on the highways and byways every week, that's building our faith, just a little testimony, before, when I first, got in this truth and start waking up, when I started being born again, I was, I seen the elders, apostles, saying that America's gonna be destroyed. Man, I was scared shitless, man. I wanted to move out the country, I wanted to move out of America, That's how, that fear was, put in me, I was fearful. But as soon as, I start, learning more and more and start, got my ass out on the highways and hedges, that faith started to build up in me. And now I'm like, I want to see this place go down. I want to see America go down, I want to see the deliverance. I want to be a part of that deliverance, Lord willing, So, your faith has to be built in this thing and, uh, following law, statute, commandments to the best of your abilities, praying to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, going out on the highways and byways, that builds your faith. Anyway, just get in some scriptures. This is 2 Timothy 1:7. For the Most High has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and love, but of power and of love and of sound mind. Be not thou therefore ashamed of the testimony of our Lord, nor of me, his prisoner, but thou partakest of the afflictions of the gospel according to the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. I'm going to go into Psalms. This is Psalms that David put together, where, in David's kingdom, he was constantly at war, man. Taking over these different nations, man. And he was constantly praying to Yahweh, to the Most High, to give him strength and not give him that spirit of fear, when he faced these other nations in battle, This is Psalms 56:4. And the Most High will praise His word, and power I have put my trust. I will not fear what flesh can do unto me. Every day they wrest my words. All their thoughts are against me for evil. Let me start up a little bit. Start at 1. Psalms 56:1. The chief musician upon Joneth Lekemreacum, big Tom of David, when the Philistines took him and gave, be merciful unto me, O power, for man will swallow me up. He fighting daily oppresseth me. My enemies would daily swallow me up, for they be many that fight against me, O thou Most High. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. In power, in the Most High, I will praise His word. And in power, I have put my trust. I will not fear what flesh can do unto me. So if you pray to the Most High to not give you a spirit of fear, and if you're doing what He says to do, according to the scriptures, He'll bless you with that, that faith. Will give you more abundance of faith if you ask for it. This is the account of Ezekiel, Isaiah. Isaiah prayed to the Isaiah, asked the Most High, I'm but a boy. How can I go face these people and prophesy to them and prophesy the downfall of them? And he Jeremiah, all the prophets, man, had to go face these wicked ass Israelites, man. These wicked ass two-thirds of Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. All right, this is the account on Ezekiel 2 and 5. We'll start at 4. For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee up unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord power, and they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house. That's talking about Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the two-thirds of you. Because, the two-thirds of you, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you are slated for destruction. But you also come against the righteous, against the prophets, it's preaching His word, You will come against us and, threaten us to kill us, do harmful things to us because we're telling you the truth. We don't give you we don't sugarcoat it for you. Even though if we still sugarcoat it for you a little bit, it's still it's still the truth, and you ain't gonna like it because you're rebellious. Yet shall know that there hath been a prophet among them, and thou, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words. Though briars and thorns be with thee, and thou dost dwell among scorpions, be not afraid of their words. Yeah, the two-thirds of Israel are scorpions, man, serpents. Nor be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. That's straight from the Most High, man. The Most High don't give His men the spirit of fear. That when that time comes, when martial law comes upon America, we being the men that's left, having to face that, um, the Most High will give us a spirit of not being fearful of these martial law troops, man. And in Revelation, it says some of us are gonna have to be basically beheaded, man, for the spirit of Yahweh Shai, man, for this truth, Also, they're gonna be coming down with this chip, And thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are most rebellious house. So that's, pretty much a point. Most High, told Ezekiel, be not afraid of these wicked people out here, even though, they threaten you and, they spit on you, they, threaten you with killing you and stuff like that. Or if they, or if they try to do something, that try to do something physical to you, you still gotta preach this word, man. Or if the fucking cops come up and, try to arrest us, hey, still gotta preach this word, man. This is what Yahweh Shah said in Luke 12 and 5, 12 and 4. And I say unto you, my friends, be not afraid of them that kill the body, and after that have no more that they can do. Yeah, because, yeah, once they kill the body, they can't do anything else to you, you know. But I will forewarn you, whom ye shall fear, fear him which after he hath killed hath power to cast into hell. Yeah, I say unto you, fear him. That's basically Yahweh Shai talking about fear the Most High Yahweh, because don't fear man that can just kill your body, because your body is nothing. Your body is just part of the ecosystem, man. To says in Ecclesiastes 12, uh, the body goes down to the dust where it was, and spirit goes up to the Father, man. But fear the Father, because the Father, through reincarnation, he gives you your judgment once you're out the body. Once you go into that third heaven, that fourth dimension, he gives you that judgment. And when he sends you back into the earth, you live out that judgment. You know, that's why you have babies being born blind, babies with having two heads and different kind of diseases, or even if you live a so-called born so-called healthy, you might the Most High might give you uh, a brutal, terrifying death. You know, so basically that's what that's talking about. Don't fear, man. You know, and once you understand this knowledge, you understand that you know you will have no I don't give a fuck kind of attitude, because we're already in hell. It's kind of like you be doing us a favor if you put us to death and send us to the spirit world. Basically, if once you start building that faith, you start to come to the realization that you don't give a fuck. Don't the only reason you know we're here is just to preach this word, man. And if we get put to death, say we get put to death, but we still get put to death while we doing preaching this truth. Become a martyr. You know, that's the only way I want to go out, man. If I do get put to death, brothers got to think like that, man. You know, shit, you died before. You died many a time. So what makes this time, so different? You just got to get over that fear, man. That anticipation of death. But I'm gonna go to Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then the righteous, Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then the righteous man shall stand in great boldness before the face of such as afflicted him. This so-called white man, Esau, he afflicted us, man, and these other nations, and the 2/3 of our people, man. They afflict us, man. It says in Romans, I believe, we're killed all the day long. They're afflicting us, the righteous man, and made no account of those labors. Let's look up that word boldness. Boldness in dictionary.com. Bold, not hesitate or not hesitating or fearful in the face of actual or possible danger or rebuff, courageous and daring. So, hey, there's definition of boldness, man. Even in the Old Testament, when Joshua, um, Joshua and Caleb, who was going taking down them Hamites and different nations to get the land of Canaan.